and you're here, and welcome back to my channel. And as you can see, this is a Thanksgiving holiday video. Yes, this is my favorite time of the year, but more than just a Thanksgiving video, this is a collab. I'm so excited. I am doing a collab with my friend here on YouTube and on Instagram. Her name is Kiara J.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Kiara J here.
And she is an awesome woman that you need to know and you need to follow, okay? So she is a military wife. She is an awesome mom of a little boy named Carter. She talks about all things fashion, all things mom life, all things style, all things Jesus, hallelujah. And by watching her, you will get so inspired. So after you watch my video, make sure you watch her video. I will have her video linked in an iCard and a description box down below. But real quick, if you're not subscribed to my channel and you like what you see, don't forget to click that little red button below, and let's get into this video. For you guys, I have two fail-proof options. I have two sides and one dessert. These recipes that I'm showing you today are foolproof. You cannot mess it up. Okay, I'm done blabbing. Let's move on to the video.
So the first thing I'm making is the Ruth Chris inspired sweet potato casserole. Yes, now my family, I don't know if your family's like my family, we usually do like the straight up sweet potatoes where you cut them up in slices and you douse them with a whole bunch of brown sugar and butter and all that good stuff. Well, I had this sweet potato casserole and I fell in love with it. Disclaimer, if you're looking for healthy recipes, this is not your video. I promise that I don't eat like this all the time. It's just a holiday, so you're going to see a lot of butter in these recipes. So, but if you are looking for some healthy options, please check out Kiara's video because she's doing a whole vegan Thanksgiving, which I'm so excited to watch myself. Okay, so first of all, I just peeled and boiled some sweet potatoes. If you boil them on the stove, you're able to peel off the peel instead of peeling them yourself with a knife, because I hate doing that, but the peel comes off really easy once they're boiled. And I just added cinnamon, sugar, and butter, and then I'm using a beater just to make sure I whip it all together so it's nice and smooth and creamy. By the way, I will have this recipe linked in the description box below. All the recipes I have, they will be linked down below. So if you need specific measurements, you can look down there. Excuse me, I got a little tongue-tied. Okay, so I put that in another little casserole dish, and now I'm gonna work on the crumble on the top. So I'm just using flour, brown sugar, and butter, and you just mix it all together. You have to make sure your butter is softened, so once you mix everything together, it will create like a crumble type. And then I have some pecans that I crushed up, and I'm gonna add that gradually as I mix it up. I was using a spoon, but I said that just wasn't working, so I'm using my hands. My hands are clean, but of course, if you're, cooking for people outside your home, you might want to use gloves. I don't know, but this is just for me and my family, so my hands are clean. Okay, so once you get that all mixed up, you go ahead and put your crumble evenly on top. And then I'm going to pop that in the oven and let it get all brown and toasted, because basically all you're doing is letting the top kind of brown and get toasty and kind of like crisp, because technically the sweet potatoes are already cooked because you boiled them before. So yeah, I'm just popping that in the oven and moving on to the next thing. So now the next that I'm doing is cabbage. Now, I don't know if you're a cabbage person. I guess you just have to like it. But this is a sauteed cabbage, and it's so simple and it's so yummy. I don't have a recipe for this one. You don't need one. I just do everything. I eyeball everything, do everything by hand. So basically, I'm just cutting up red onions to go in the cabbage. I love red onions, you guys. They're so good. And then I'm going to cut my cabbage up. Pro tip, the darker part of the cabbage, I always try to put it on the bottom because that's like the tougher part, so it needs to cook longer. So I always try to mix that up on the bottom. Okay, so you're just gonna go ahead and dice and slice up all your cabbage. Okay, so next I went ahead and melted some butter in the pan, and I just go ahead and throw everything in. Now you can use whatever seasons you want to use, but in this I used garlic powder, I used a little bit of salt. If I had pepper, I would have used that, and then I used a little bit of thyme. I just love the herb thyme. It's a really good herb to cook with. It goes with almost about everything, and basically you're going to give it a good stir and let it do its thing. So fast forward about maybe 20 minutes later, we're all done. We don't want it soggy. We want it to have a little bit of a crunch to it, and that's done. So I'm just going to remove it from the heat and take out my casserole. So my casserole is nice and brown. On the top it has a little bit of a crunch to it, that texture. So I'm really happy with the way that turned out. So next we're going to go to this very, very simple dessert, and it is a peach cobbler dump cake. Yes. So what you need is ground cinnamon, which you see I have here. We're going to need some peaches. It tends to be sweet, so if you can get the no sugar added peaches, that would be good. We're going to use some more butter. Told you guys, this is not the healthiest thing. And some cake mix. Not the healthiest thing, but it's really, really good. So we're going to dump those cans of peaches right in the pan. You can leave the juice in there. You don't have to drain it or anything. And we're just going to spread it evenly throughout the pan. Next, we are going to go ahead and add our cinnamon. By the way, I will have this recipe linked down in the description box below. And then after that, we are going to use our cake. Now the recipe said that you should use like French vanilla cake mix, but I couldn't find that, so I just used what I had, and I had yellow cake mix, and I totally don't know if there was a difference. If I was supposed to notice a difference, it still turned out really, really, really good. So you're going to go ahead and put that on evenly. You want to try to get that on as evenly as possible, and I kind of lightly like push it down a little bit into the peaches. So yeah, that's all I'm doing here. So after you do that, you take that stick of butter and you cut it up in thin slices, and we're gonna cover the whole top of the cake with slices of little butter. I know, oh my god, so much butter, but you need a lot of butter for really good rich desserts, unless it's like a special dessert or something like that. But yes, I'm just taking my time and covering it, and that will make the top of the cake brown, because you want the top of the cake, the top of the dump cake to be brown and have a little bit of a crunch to it. It's so good. So if you love peach cobbler, you definitely are going to love this dump cake, because it literally tasted almost like peach cobbler, like very, very, very similar. It was so good. So after we do that, I'm gonna pop that in the oven and let the rest of it take care of itself. Okay, so here's my finished sides. Off camera, I did make some roast tips, and then I made some macaroni and cheese. Pretty simple. If you guys want to see how I make my macaroni and cheese, just let me know in the comments below and I'll show you a recipe. But that's how everything looked on the plate, and it was so good. It turned out really good, and it was pretty late, so I got the cake out, and it was so good, you guys. When I say this mirrors peach cobbler so much, it really, really does. It does. You will love it. What would make this the perfect dessert is if you had some ice cream or whipped cream on top. Oh, it's so good. So that's my end of my video. Very simple sides and a very simple dessert. If you make any of these recipes, please tag me on Instagram so I can see. If you're not already following me, which you should be, I will put my social medias down in the description box below. Do not forget to watch Kiara's video. Don't forget to subscribe to her channel. She's a doll. You will love her. And if you do go, please don't forget to let her know that you came from my channel. Okay, you guys have a wonderful holiday, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.